Hey guys, welcome to Stacking the Shelves for the weekend of February 16th. I actually got 4 books this week. Maybe it's over the last 2 weeks. I think it's just this week. Kind of been losing track of things, and I did a video and then I didn't do a video. Things have been really busy. I've mentioned before we're almost done with hockey season now, but it got very intensely busy for a while there. I was traveling for work and my husband was traveling for work and we were doing all this hockey stuff, and my son's birthday happened and just lots of stuff going on. But like I said, I'll go through what I got for books. I bought 2. I got 2 from the library. So the first one I bought was an audiobook from Audible, and that is Paper and Fire by Rochelle Kane. This is the second book in the Great Library series. I'm actually about halfway through it already. I've really been enjoying the series. I think it's a very well done, fantasy, steampunk world, lots of good world building, really interesting characters, lots of intrigue. So I'm really, really enjoying the series, and the second book is just as good as the first book. I've been loving it. It's very different from other Rachel Kane books I have read, and I feel like it's like a step above everything else she's written because it's just so complex and so epic. So I really liking that series a lot. The next one I actually bought at my son's book fair, and it was kind of an impulse buy. I always try to buy a book or 2 from their book fair because some proceeds do go to the school. And that is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book in the Skyward series, so it's kind of a new series by him. I'm a little leery about starting it because I also started and really enjoyed his Rhythmatist series, but he never wrote a second book in it, and it kept getting pushed out. So hopefully this is one he will continue. I really like Brandon Sanderson as an author, so I'm excited to read this. And I really like the fact that my son is in middle school now, where they actually have books at the book fair that I want to read. So I'm very happy to see this and very excited to get that. It's kind of a big one, so I'll probably read it soon, but not super soon. And then I got 2 from the library, and one I've actually already returned. It was super quick read, and that was Dragonflight, which is the second book in the Dragon Slippers series by Jessica Day George. I'm loving that series. I know it's more of a middle grade young adult series, but it is so well done and it is so fun, and I just love it. So I know I'm talking about the last series I love, but the good thing about being almost done my to-be-read pile is that I can just get books I love, and I can not feel bad about reading ones I don't love and just stopping them. So very excited to finish that series. I have to read the last book. I think the last book is Dragonspear, but really good fantasy series. If you like dragons and you like it a little more light, and there's action and some fun characters, it's a good series. It's worth picking up. Quick reads, just very fun. This is becoming a haul/book review, but. And then the last one I got was also from the library, and I have not read it yet, but I'll be reading it next week. And that is Watcher in the Woods by Kelly Armstrong. And this, I believe, is the 3rd or 4th book in the Rockton series. And this is a little bit different from most series I read. Yes, this is the 4th book. Because it's not really fantasy. It's more like a thriller type of thing, but it's about a group of people who live in the middle of the Canadian woods. They're very isolated, and it's kind of supposed to be a safe haven for people who have the mob is out to get them or whatever. That's a hiding spot for people to keep them safe. The twist in it is criminals can also pay to take safe haven there. So there's a mix of people who are prey and people who are criminals, or like to take advantage of people who are prey. And it's very interesting dynamics, lots of survival aspects to it as well, because they are surviving out in the wilderness and the town is completely self-sufficient. So there's a lot of elements I really like in it. It's very creative, very good, very engaging reads. And this is the 4th book of that series, so I will be reading it soon because I'm super excited. And I think that might be the last book in the series. I can't remember if it's 4 or 5. I'd have to check. So that is what I got. I apologize, I'm laying these way down. I got Dragonflight and this one from the library, and then I bought these 2. One audiobook, and then one at my son's book fair. So that's what I got for the week. Nothing too exciting. As I mentioned, we are wrapping up hockey season. We have what will probably be our final tournament weekend this weekend. My son's hockey team has not been having a very good season. If they were to win all the games, then they'd continue on the tournament the weekend after, the last weekend in February. But I don't know how probable that is. I guess we'll see. We're getting pretty excited because we're really close to spring break. And so we are taking a big spring break trip this year. We're going to go, our spring break trip plans like migrated all over the place. Like first we were going to go to Rome, and then we decided we were going to go to Iceland. And then we decided we were going to go to San Francisco because nobody wanted to go international. They wanted to go somewhere warmer. And then we found out we had some friends that were going to be vacationing down in Phoenix, Arizona. So we decided we're flying into Las Vegas. We're going to go to Death Valley, the Grand Canyon, Zion National Park, and end up in Sedona and meet up with our friends for some of the vacation. So very broad migration of spring break. This was supposed to be the first spring break trip that we traveled internationally with my son, but he had a really hard time with the time zone changes when we went to Hawaii a couple years ago, and he doesn't want to do an 8-hour time change, and I'm fine with that. It's easier on me if we travel domestically, and this is someplace we want to go. So as long as the government doesn't shut down, we will be doing a whole bunch of national parks and hiking, as well as hitting Las Vegas for a couple days, and eventually ending up in Sedona and then flying out of Phoenix. So that'll be good. And that's in a couple weeks for us. So super excited to get going with that. Yeah, it's just going to be very busy. I have a lot of stuff going on for work, and then we leave for that vacation, and then I come back and I have to travel for work again. And then I come back and I have surgery, and I'm going to be kind of out of work for 4 to 6 weeks, and it'll be very, very busy. So, other than that, everything's going well. We've kind of had the winter from hell, which is funny because we had really like mild November, December, January even, and the last couple of weeks have been miserable here in Minnesota. First we had cold. It was so cold they closed school for 4 days. And then my son didn't get to go back to school, and then we had so much snow that they closed again this Tuesday. And I have a long commute to work, and every time it snows, it just makes my life hell. It like doubles my commute time. I normally have a 45-minute commute, and it doubles it to like over an hour, hour and a half. Like Tuesday morning took me an hour and a half to get to work. It's very wearing, so I'm very ready to be done with this. Although it sounds like we're supposed to have another snowstorm this Sunday, so it just never stops. I was looking at the weather thinking like, oh, well, maybe it'll warm up by the time we get back from spring break. And, it looks like it might hit the 30s by the time we get back from spring break. So it's almost like our whole winter got delayed. All right. Well, that's enough blabbing. I hope you guys had a great week, got a lot of great books to read, and that you're having some spring weather instead of or at least making it into spring weather instead of having this prolonged winter like we're having here. I know the groundhog said that, winter was going to be over, but apparently it didn't apply to my state. So whatever. All right. I will talk to you guys. I should talk to you guys next week if I get books. And now I'm going to stop this post, and I'm going to do my reading pile video, and I'll get that ready to post on Monday. So talk to you guys later. Have a great week, and I hope you got some great books. Bye.